Led up for an 8-0 run for Stanford over the last minute 10. Up top, Hawkins skies over Courtney Ogden. She'll take it and just dribble it in to tie it up at 12.
Miss Hawkins, what's the vert? I thought she was going up for that alley for her to be able to go up and grab that.
A Sky Hawkins maybe is coming.
I like that.
Haley Swing trying to get out of trouble. 10 on the clock, Chloe Clardy. Gets the pick. Drive, spits outside to Ogden. Ogden, just a couple seconds to go. This Syracuse defense swarming. Dominique Darius forces the turnover. And we are knotted up at 12, headed into our first break. What a start. A colorful matchup, the Cardinal and the Orange doing battle here on ACC Network.
The surface and the success that we've been able to see from this group that is heavily impacted by their freshmen and what they do is because of vets like Nunu.
Kate Bay has been really pleased with the progress of this team. They're trying to make the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2024. That broke a streak of 36 years in a row for Stanford. And now in her second season, they already exceeded their win total from a year ago. Shot there from Journey Thompson doesn't go off the front iron. And Haley Swain and company will bring it up. There's an 8-0 run for Stanford before Syracuse put one back home to tie it at 12. Lofted high, and a rebound underneath for Thompson.
That is the first miss in the last 3 tries for Stanford. Syracuse in the last 2 series defensively have really turned the page on what they're expecting.
Dominique Darius continuing her offensive effort. Came up with that clutch 3 to win against California on Thursday. And she's already banged home a 3 earlier, continuing to have an impact.
3 players already have 2 field goals or more for Syracuse, but we don't have enough time to talk about what they have done because of the quick strike for Stanford.
What is it about this game today? You think everybody's got enough rest? I mean, they both seem to be unafraid to fire any shots right now.
Have you seen their coaches? We have one of like a WNBA roster for Stanford. And how they're challenged, and Darius is just feeling it right now to start this game.
Her confidence grew into Thursday to come in clutch. She has not wavered. You can kind of tell she's a little swagger about her today at shoot-around.
Her confidence is now matching her work that she has put in. That work ethic, we cannot speak highly enough of what she's been able to set her stuff up for.
And as OJ sets her up for success there, call for the and one. Talking that talk, she can back it up. She's got 10 points already.
That's all that matters. When you can back it up, as that's knocked out of bounds by Sophie Burrows.
Sophie Burrows coming off a great game of her own. 21 points on Thursday against Cal as well. She has 7 threes on Thursday?
Against Virginia.
Against Virginia, thank you.
And I think that will haunt them for a long time, because that was giving Virginia their first loss in ACC play. They went on to play Duke the following game and dropped that one as well. But Sophie Burrows stepped up when she was needed the most.
Zoje pulls up. That is so smooth.
We were talking about her WNBA comp, and immediately she brought to my attention Rebecca Brunson, where she releases the ball. She's standing at 6'3", Rebecca Brunson 6'2", but just the versatility and the upside as a professional. I can't wait to see as she continues to grow.
There's Nunu Aguera. Shot clock at 5, and Journey Thompson gets the rebound. However, I think it was affected by Azoje again, who is second in the ACC in blocks.
Great close defense and collapse defense for Stanford. Able to cause the turnover. Just the second for the Qs.
We're catching up with Felicia Leggett-Jack earlier today at shoot-around, and she wants this team to be aggressive, and they've done that so far. You can tell just by their stats.
Well, I love the quote that Coach Jack gave us. She said their defense is like a microcosm of life. We want you to be able to be on the other side of the ball and say, I don't want to go down that street. Nonetheless, knock on the door. They want to protect the floor and prevent inside touches.
Aguera, again, this defense suffocating for Syracuse, winding it all the way down to 2 on the shot clock, and she got blocked.
Joey, that's 3 consecutive stops on the defensive end. The Orange doing everything together. Everyone is on a string. Look at Sophie Burrows dropping from the high deny down to the post denial. Weak side defense coming over to block and shut down the baseline drive. They are on a high level, efficient for the defensive end.
Olivia Schmidt, 3 and 1, checking in for Syracuse. Courtney Ogden picked the pocket there of Dominique Darius. It's back the other way for the Cardinal. Cuse on a 7-0 run. It's a 6-point game here in the first. Alexandra Eschmeyer works off to Clardy, and she banks it home.
High degree of difficulty for Chloe Clardy, but I love the pace and how she changes her speed.
A 4-point lead for Syracuse. Dominique Darius with 10 in this quarter. Gets that stolen away. Lopolo up the floor. Clardy blocked again, and Syracuse defense showing out in this first quarter. Back and forth we go. Syracuse and Stanford promising to be a great matchup ahead on ACC Network.
This ball game, I think she got the idea, she's got the point how important she is to this roster, but also realizing the work that she had to put in for it.
We left here in the first quarter talking about this defense for Syracuse. 10 points off of 6 turnovers already. And just continue to hustle for the ball. Scrapping on the floor is Alex Eschmeyer, a freshman forward, Boulder, Colorado. And it'll go the way of the Orange.
And Uche Azoje. I mean,
always
the
in the
springy freshman legs, to be young again. Just being able to sacrifice her body going after that. There were 3 black jerseys that she was able to beat and get a hand on it and creating an extra opportunity for her squad.
Azoje spinning around, finally finding the hands there of Kira Scott.
Dangerous area in that high post. 3 bodies collapsed on her to force her to give the ball up.
Lopolo up the floor for Stanford. So much combination of freshmen and returners, but Liv Schmidt on the other way for Syracuse, converting off the steal. Showing out for this Syracuse defense. It's just been so good to start.
That is now 12 points off of 8 turnovers for Stanford. For the Cardinal, that is something that Kate Kay said, with a younger group, where you're still working through the kinks and saying this has been a roller coaster ride, trying to figure out how they can continue to protect the ball.
You mentioned it pregame with her. You just hope that's like a kiddie ride, right?
This is a small ride, yeah. This is more like not a theme park, but maybe carnival.
Shamfai from outside. Every part except the bottom of the net on that 3.
I have no idea how that did not go down.
Burrows. Up top for Scott. And Scott also in and out. Rebound there for Ogden.
It's like the same exact rattle.
Burrows steals that one again for Syracuse. And ball security is job security sometimes. Stanford not doing a good job of it here in this first half.
In the 3-point win that Syracuse had over Cal, they had 27 points off of turnovers. This is something that they thrive on. There is no play when they get a steal.
Both teams with active hands as well. 5 on the shot clock. Scott has to take one here at the buzzer. Kira Scott. And the GMA Dome is on their feet. Ogden, tough defense from Shy Hawkins. And she nabs it in the corner.
It almost feels like the Orange have 7 players on the court, the way that they're moving together and just finding ways to create chaos on the inside and on the baseline.
Zoje off on that shot. Such a high release when she jumps up. How can anybody guard that?
It's a bit like KD. A lot of people ask, in that way, how can you stop it? Well, there's not much that you can do, but KD's also almost like 7 feet. He's pretty incredible.
You can just hope the foot's on the line sometimes.
Sometimes that's the only thing that'll help.
Shomfai, another turnaround jumper on the baseline. That's twice now that she's done that.
The preseason all-freshman team, Laura Shomfai, is worth the price of admission.
As OJ going up top and over Eschmeyer to knock that one down. An 8-point lead for the Orange.
Can I say, with how this has gone back and forth, there is a foul there. The league is in great hands if this is going to be the youth and the talent that we see moving forward in the ACC.
Well, if you like it here, you'll like it on Thursday as well. ACC Network Women's Basketball got a doubleheader for you. Hannah Hidalgo, number 23 Notre Dame hosts Miami at 6 Eastern, and India Navarre leading North Carolina's balanced attack against Talea Walker at Georgia Tech. Another great night of hoops on the ACC Network. Clardy trying to find her way through the trees, and Almon was there to defend. This will stay with the Cardinal. You know, at this point in the season, these are two of the best in the ACC, like you mentioned. Stanford, 34th in net rankings, are projected 7 seed, and receiving votes as well for the top 25. Cuse is 42nd in the net as well.
And projected now in the NCAA tournament for that 3 overtime win. They were labeled by Charlie Cream as the first 4 out, and they are improving in every category.
Shea Ijiwoye gets her first action and her first basket of the day. They were previously a first 4 out of the tournament, and now considered to be a 9 seed. Constant improvement for this group. Dominic Darius back on the floor and a charge.
That is the presence of Shea Ijiwoye. She just gets right under you. Look at the step, though. The step, the help, and that off arm by Darius does not help the case as well. So, gotta credit, yes, Shea for her defensive ability.
Just trying to shake her off. Playing tough defense.
Kind of label her as like some of those defenders that just remind you of Nats, just always in your face, always under you. Coach Bay mentioned just how important she has been in her second season with the Cardinal.
Aguera back on the floor, defended by Hawkins. Somebody's got to be open. Good ball movement from Stanford. And Clardy gets fouled on the way up.
Beautiful, beautiful execution. I love off of the ball being picked up on the block, cross-court pass, quick touch pass on the baseline. Just understanding next step, playing chess, not checkers for Stanford. KK, who has won an NCAA championship as a player, as well as a coach back in 2021. I mean, she understands what the standard is for Stanford, and understanding too what it feels like to play in the ACC, as this is just her second year. Have done a couple of different things in order to set them up for greatness, including their travel to get back to the big dance.
Ijiwoye, another great take to the cup. And to your point, Kate Pay relies on everybody to be on the same page to be able to contribute, whether you're coming off the bench or you're a starter. And also to your point about the transfer portals, you get a foul there from Clardy. Great game for you here today. A 2-point lead for the Orange. Gareth Scott knocking it home at the buzzer. Might see a few more of those today in clutch plays coming here on ACC Network.
Legendary Tara Vanderveer, known as one of the absolute best, not just in women's basketball overall. And to see how Kate Pay has been able to continue the torch with this program. And yes, we also saw our very own colleague now. I think she's in the studio with Angela Taylor. Very nice bangs, I might say, T.
Lara Shamfai picking up right where she left off. She's got 13 points to lead all scorers. There's Burrows. We're a 2-point lead for Syracuse still. And McDarius going up at the free throw line, and she'll stay just there for a chance at 2.
That was online. So for her to have the strength to put that up, but still get it up, shows a lot. We can't say enough about what Dominique Darius has been able to do in this season. Just under 12 points per game. I do believe she's 3rd in scoring on this roster.
You're right.
But it can be anybody's game. They're coming off of a contest where they had 4 players finish with 18 or more points for the first time since 2017.
It's incredible. Hey, on Tuesday night, ACC Network men's basketball. Got a doubleheader for you at 7 Eastern. RJ Godfrey and number 22 Clemson hosting Darion Williams and NC State at Little John Coliseum. And Boobie Miller and SMU take on Juke Harris and Wake Forest and Winston-Salem. Great names and great games. Excited to see those on Tuesday. Those are definitely first-team all-name, right?
100%.
Right behind Angel Gray.
I don't know, it's all right.
Foul there on Lara Shamfai on the rebound for Izoje.
Yeah, just some incidental contact. Tried to move out of the way, but gets called for the contact. Gives it back to the Qs. Now, I don't know, you said my name, but Kate Payne came over here before the game and did call you Clark Kent.
I can't confirm or deny. Take it nonetheless. Dominique Darius working against Ojibwe, and she'll get fouled once again. Back-to-back trips to the charity stripe.
So this is what I love about Dominique Darius attacking the right side of the floor alongside the strong side for Uche Izoje. She's baiting right now. You can't see on the block, but Uche is fighting for her life in that space on the block. So she's garnering a lot of attention. And because of that, Dominique Darius finding a way to create some space, draws the contact, but look for more of that 2-man game if possible moving forward.
You think that's really been a focal point for Kate Payne to try to get as much trouble as possible in the post for Uche?
I think you have to. You don't go into a game with the freshman on the block and say, just play straight up defense. There's a lot of attention coming. At shoot around, we saw a lot of digs as well, with them finding ways on the weak side help, getting the ball out of her hands. But more than anything, it comes down to the guards. Lockdown on the perimeter.
Syracuse back into his zone. Shamfai, throwing that ball away, was looking for Haley Swain. And another turnover for the Cardinal.
Haley Swain, another freshman, one of the 2 starters for Stanford, still trying to find her rhythm in this ball game. 0 for 2 from the field. They have to find that chemistry and that connection on their communication.
Hawkins, that's going to be a 2, and she knocks it down. They are going to call it a 3.
Hey, Mike, as you see, Angelica Suffren also pointed to the table. That's something they're probably going to review.
Stanford trying to answer. And Haley Swain to the rack. That doesn't go. Aguera, a strong rebound. Can't get the second chance up. And it's the Orange the other way.
Uche is screaming for the ball. Gets it on the baseline. Look at the amount of jerseys that she's attracting. And just got 2 sped up for Darius. But they have to find a way to get Uche an easier look. Right now, that is too far away from the basket when she is running, sprinting down the floor to establish her space in the paint.
Got to feed her down low. Now for today, this would count, as we're thinking about bracketology, as a quad 2 win for Syracuse, but a quad 1 win for Stanford because it's a road game. Some implications for the tournament here, a little over halfway through our season, as Haley Swain goes in and out.
Look at Uche running down the middle of the floor. What I've learned way back as a guard, when a post player is making so much noise on the other end defensively, you have to find ways to reward them, keep them engaged in this game.
Okay, jump ball indicated there by Angelica Suffren. Pilani Spurlock and Brandon Enterline are running our three officials for today. ACC contest of 15 wins apiece. Syracuse with 5 wins in ACC play. Stanford with 4. Also receiving votes are the Cardinal for the top 25. Shamfai along the baseline, man, that's just her sweet spot, Angel.
I just love her game so much. I mean, she just is money from the baseline, high post. I love her IQ and playmaking ability. And a fantastic defender, moving her feet, making Darius cough it up.
Uche Zoje, big offensive rebound. That rolls in. You know, Syracuse they lead the ACC, ranked second in the country in offensive boards. That was a huge one for Zoje. And they get the turnover on the other end. That's 12 now for Stanford.
Darius had a quick glance, looked like she was trying to find something in transition, but they can hold for the last shot of this half.
Dominique Darius looking inside for Thompson. Nuna Aguera with a shot with the clock winding down. Will leave us with a 9-point lead for Syracuse at the break. We will send you to the studio. Ari Chambers, Kai Crutchfield, and Angela Taylor. Earlier this season, Kate Pay was encouraging Nunu to shoot more. Well, today she just hasn't had the opportunity as much to shoot more. Everybody on their feet at each half before the first Syracuse bucket. And it's been a high energy and high octane environment here today at the Dome. Darius inside the arc, in and out. Shamfai the rebound. Inside to Nunu. And Aguera works up to Swain and works it right back. Defended by Darius. Swain to the cup. Tough matchup against Zoje. Rebound Aguera, and she'll go to the line.
Here's what I see. Because of the take by Swain, everyone was sucked into the inside as far as the paint. But look at how Nunu, the activity on the weak side, no one falls and collapses on her to box her out. If those are the different type of ways, her level of activity on the offensive end is how she gets involved in the game, so be it. This is a player, a vet on this team, leads in a major way.
Last year she was all ACC and second team. She's just one of 6 Power 4 players to average 15 points and 8.5 rebounds. She's up for consideration for the Naismith Women's Award this year. And KK just challenges her to do more, need more out of you. And she can take it, she can handle that type of pressure.
Finished with only 4 points in the first half. And right away you can see a different look in her eyes. A player that is leading Stanford in points per game this year. Of course, the challenge will be we need more.
6-point lead for Cuse. Hawkins gets her pocket picked by Lapolo. It'll stay with the Orange.
Lapolo known more for her defensive contributions. Nice swipe away with 2.7 left on the clock.
Zoje with that shot clock running down. Nice little rebound by Thompson and the putback.
The disparity on the glass was not huge. Stanford just, well, both teams right now with 14, but what I want to know is how they're going to find ways to keep a team that is known for their offensive rebounding capabilities off the glass moving forward.
Got just 4 offensive rebounds for Syracuse in that first half. They lead the ACC in that category. Rapolo, the floater, no. And a rebound for Burroughs. Cross court and intercepted by Shumfai. Nice hands.
She's doing everything.
Ogden driving, one's off. And one opportunity. That's tough for Nunu. And maybe the emergence that Kate Pay and the rest of the Stanford squad needed from her. To your point, only 4 in that first half. She's already got 4 here.
Joey, what I've counted is back-to-back buckets by Nunu off of second chance opportunities. If it's not going to be easiest for her to get a touch on the block because of the amount of attention that she garnishes, I think for her to be active the way that she is much needed. And it's leading by example, too. The play is never over on the weak side, and she's leading in that way.
What does that do for your teammates when you're not willing to give up on those types of plays?
Everything. It does absolutely everything. It's a player that, as I mentioned, leading the team in scoring, and you have to wonder what the conversation was with her and the team, saying that she wanted to be better in the second half. She's able to knock it away from Uche on the block. It's not just points. It's her impact, the energy, the momentum that she creates and plays in the second half.
Well, Shumfai is trying to spin the narrative about that Syracuse defense being dominant in that first half. She's got herself 2 turnovers. You count that jump ball going the other way. Now for Stanford. This group 34th in the net ranking, receiving votes. Aguera pulls up. That's off the front iron, and Darius snags the board.
I'm not saying that she can't hit that shot. What I am wanting is for it to be more balanced and patient in it. But because of the amount of attention she's been bringing, you almost assume that she was saying, I gotta get it as soon as I can.
Rapolo gets the foul there, but you saw her kind of encroach on Uche Ezoje's space there. You think that's another point of emphasis for the Stanford group, is to just lock down Ezoje? We talked about it a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, Uche
Ezoje,
yeah,
right?
I mean, there's what can you do? I mean, she was not on any preseason watch list as far as a freshman, and now she's leading in different categories down the line in the ACC overall. That is a player that if you watch the tape, you don't need a coach to tell you how much you have to defend her.
Still a 6-point lead for Syracuse. And another foul on Stanford. That's 2 apiece for each side. This time on Ogden, her first. Nobody has more than 1 foul on either side throughout the game. They're pretty clean overall. And Darius draws it there on Ijiboye.
Yeah, just able to knock the ball out of bounds. I mean, Shea just checked in the ball game and already is able to deflect it out of bounds.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was tough to tell.
On the side, you can't see anything through these.
Darius. There's the foul. When we talked about the mix of newcomers and returners for the Stanford group, they absorbed 1 transfer 2 seasons ago. That's Mary Ashley Stevenson, came in from Purdue. This year, no transfers. They also don't have anybody leave because, well, it's Stanford. You come here, you come to Stanford to get your education, and one of the best in the country at that. Why would you leave?
I love it.
Instead, you just go there if you're a great player coming from outside.
1,000%, and it's the culture of winning. We already showed the graphic as Uche Ezoje with that patent fadeaway. I think she was looking for a high five from the official. Thought it was one of her teammates.
Ezoje will go to the line. Well, we mentioned the number 3 ranked recruiting class coming into this Stanford group this year. And we've already seen these players make an impact, particularly Lara Shumfai.
2 in the starting lineup, 1 coming off of the bench, but still major minutes. Again, the veterans they're leaning on, the freshmen they're depending on to step up and be impactful in a lot of different areas.
Part of Stanford's adjustment to the ACC last year as well was a big reason why they didn't make the tournament. They move up that level after winning so many Pac-12 championships. It was a bit of a maturation period. Zoj knocks that one down.
It's interesting to say Stanford in a rebuilding year, and it only took that, just a year, and now they're looking for their 16th win on the season, something that they didn't do until last year, March.
Aguera, shot affected by Zoj. Second chance doesn't go. Hawkins chasing it down, and that'll go the way of the orange.
Yeah, two really good looks by Nunu underneath, and you can tell the frustration she has going back down the floor. That was a missed opportunity underneath, but the good sign for her is that they found something. The partner found something to free her up on the baseline.
Darius and company haven't made a shot for the last 3 minutes, and that continues. It'll be a foul on Zoj.
Nice take, 1-2 step on the inside, and yeah, just a lot of contact. Zuni was coming down with the rebound.
Solana Lapolo gets the pick from Shimfai. Njiwoye outside for Swain. Tries the bullet pass inside to Shimfai, and it's stolen away.
It's that dark alley you look down but don't want to go down the street, because that is the defense that coach was mentioning. You think something is open, they bait you into thinking that, and it's not. Their length, their athletic, and their communication at an all-time high at this point in the season.
Need some street smarts to play against the Syracuse D.
Yes.
Zoj underneath, and that breaks the drought. A 9-point lead up the feed from Burroughs. Both teams relatively even in assists, and Kate Pay needs a timeout for her team. Solid start to the second half. Syracuse leading by 9. Stanford within arm's reach. By Felicia Leggett-Jack when she was coaching at Indiana.
Yes.
So see where your loyalties lie with the ACC. I am formerly of Indianapolis. I got IU. I got too many people that would hit my line and say, why would you not pick IU? And having been a Butler alum, got to keep it in the Hoosier State.
Oh man, Wilmington would be insane. And the amount of just growth and attention that we're seeing from that program just in 2 years.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Football school now. Nice hands from Uche Zoj. It's going to stay with Stanford. Take another break for you here on ACC Network. Syracuse leads by 9.
Speech talking about how we shall overcome means a lot, and for me to be also a voice for the Atlanta Dream, our name is based off of his speech, the Dream speech, and so I mean, it's a dream continued, a dream realized in a lot of different ways, and boy, do we have a long way to go.
And Felicia Leggett-Jack described it to us today that means so much to them, and she continues to emphasize some of those notions that Dr. King used to emphasize to the public. Dominic Darius is still down on the opposite end of the floor in clear pain. And that'll have a huge impact on this Syracuse group if she's not able to continue here today, especially with the way that she's been playing over the last 2 games.
Not only that, they're already playing without Layla Filia, their leading scorer, and had a career-high 38 points against Virginia, so she is still on the bench. So it's... just remaining hopeful that she's okay, as she will go back to get looked at by the training staff. So that means now their two of their top 3 scorers on the roster are now down, and we're remaining hopeful that Dominique will be okay.
No doubt. Hawkins looks up to Schmidt with the shot clock winding down. Fake pass doesn't go. It was off of Schmidt last.
Go back to your point about Coach Jack and how she continues to inspire this group. I mean, next woman up mentality. We already said that in the open with this being their 7th different starting rotation. But how she comes in and challenges them without 2 of their best scorers, and they still have the lead in this game. But you can smell it right now for Nunu Aguera trying to take over here in the 3rd.
Both teams have struggled from the field here to start the second half. And you start to feel like maybe Stanford, if they know that Syracuse is down on personnel, start to take advantage of that. Here's Hawkins. Nice take from Sean Hawkins.
So Hawkins, who averages just under 6 points per game, who steps up? Well, she's going to have to do so. Right now she's sitting at 8. She has only missed 1 field goal, but the good sign is that Dominique Darius has returned to the bench. She's sitting next to the coaches.
Ichiwoye, look what I found, and takes it to the cup for a second chance point. And Dominique Darius shrugged off the injury. She's back on the sideline, ready to check in. Hawkins, nice take. Gets her pocket picked by Lopolo. Lopolo's had some sweet hands today.
Absolutely. I just love her activity on the defensive end. It's not a gamble. You almost expect that from her game because she's just steady and finding, I say, the belly button of the jersey, staying in front and finding a nice deflection to knock it out of bounds.
Burrows pulls up. Thompson the rebound and the foul on the floor.
Journey Thompson is sitting at 6 rebounds on the day. It feels like, oh, now 7 with the delay, with my stat, I'm sorry. But she skies in constantly. I really do believe that it is a gift when you can track the ball off the rim. We've seen a lot of different players being able to do it on the pro level and how it creates an energy. Now she's getting an opportunity to step up to the charity stripe for 2.
Describe it in the way that Dennis Rodman did in the last
I
dance.
wanted to.
If
That.
I'm here, it's going here. If I'm here, I gotta be over here.
Yeah, with less fingernail polish and lippers.
So that was a foul that gets Syracuse in the bonus. Just a flexion away there from Thompson. She's got some sticky hands as well. Hawkins over top to Izoje. And Burrows and Darius will reset with 20. Izoje. Lopolo, active hands again. Her 3rd steal.
High side help, knocking the ball away. Great look for Chloe Clardy. On the 2nd try, couldn't put it back. And just the length of Uche Izoje. Darius is on the backside as well. They are making everything difficult for Stanford on the inside.
And Stanford has really turned up a gear on offensive rebounds, but they're not getting the second chance points to fall.
And it's because of their discipline and not fouling. Stanford has only shot 6 free throws in this ballgame. So not bailing out on the inside because they got the rebound.
Aguera on the baseline, too long, and Burrows the board.
Look where they're forcing Stanford to take their shots.
Darius, strong, off the backboard.
The shoulder's fine.
I'd say. Looks true to form. Coach Jack told us she's got the keys to the Mercedes if she wants it. Aguera left wide open, top of the key, in and out. At the free throw line, rather, not top of the key, and will stay with the Cardinal.
Luna was getting the looks around that 15-foot area. You've got to credit Syracuse for remaining disciplined in their game plan and forcing the outside shots. Stanford right now shooting 38% from the floor. They only have 4 field goals in the second half so far.
By the way, Almon checks in for Uche Zoje. That is her 3rd foul. Someone to watch out for here in the late goings. Shafai, who's been held at bay in this 3rd quarter, to Ichiwoye. Shot clock winding down. Lapolo's got to take it. Gets Darius. And it goes right back to the Cardinal. Tipped out there by Aguera. Well, baby hook doesn't go either, though. And Burrows the rebound. Spits out to Hawkins. In transition, Hawkins pulls up. She's in double digits.
Hawkins has come alive. She has a season-high 12 points, and she has a good possibility of passing that here today if she continues on this tear.
Stanford over the last 7. Clock winding down. Lapolo at the buzzer. That'll help the Cardinal. And still an 8-point lead for Cuse. Boy, we've had a back-and-forth matchup so far. Been really entertaining. Final quarter coming your way on ACC Network. Do not go anywhere. Come up big in this second half, but you see the field goal disparity. Stanford just not able to put the ball in the bottom of the net.
The second chance opportunities they're getting, they've just been contested, and you almost wonder, what can you say to counter it? Can you pass the ball out? How have they been doing from the field? And it hasn't been great from outside the paint. So continuing to work on that second, third look for Stanford.
Sophie Burrows. Well, we were wondering when she was going to start to come alive. Just 5 points through 3 quarters. A 3 in a big way out of the break.
Knocks down her second triple of the day. It's very interesting. Her parents said that she became a 3-point shooter under Coach Jack. So whatever she is preaching, it's working.
Well, great turnover. This time from Kira Scott. And the one more pass to try to get the transition bucket doesn't go.
Yeah, just a tough angle for her to release from. Could have gave her another opportunity to just find her footing where it was coming from.
That ball got kicked. Dominique Darius. He's getting involved in every play. Hands or feet. Whatever you need.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the deflections, the commitment, the kick.
Yeah.
That whenever, however type of mentality on getting a stop, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, she looked really hobbled when she hurt her shoulder earlier. And now you would never know that anything happened on that play. Shrugged it off and she's back out there as if she's not playing hurt at all.
She hit us with the Paul Pierce.
Shafai gets caught walking just before she started her dribble. A roll back to Syracuse. Now, this is interesting today because K-Pay and Stanford come into this game. 15 wins on the year. They're 34th in the net. They expected to try to make a statement today, but they've been a little bit too careless with the basketball, Angel, and it's coming back to bite them.
I think the adjustments, too, that you have to mention for Stanford, they're trying to find a little bit more. That's off the mark, but Laura, big-time rebound for her, but she has not scored but 2 points in the second half.
Great point. So impactful in that first half. Great first impression. Here's Syracuse back in the zone. Lapolo, the pick from Eschmeyer. 8 on the shot clock and a foul on Kira Scott, a sophomore from Falls Church, Pennsylvania. Dad George played football here at Syracuse with Donovan McNabb and Dwight Freeney.
I do believe Donovan McNabb's daughter last year played on the team as well.
The orange blood runs deep.
Just like for Stanford, they have a couple of players where their parents, too, were in athletics.
Scott, the turnaround jumper off the back iron. And rebounded by Ogden.
Courtney Ogden, another player that has only attempted 2 shots today.
And coming into this game, K-Pay wanted her specifically to shoot more. What do you do to get her open? Hold that thought here as Syracuse, another transition play. Darius, nice hands. Keeps it alive for herself. It's a 13-point game, the largest lead for the Orange.
This is more like NASCAR, when you see Syracuse getting involved in transition.
Ogden answers. There it is.
It's a non-negotiable. She has to get a touch. She has to find ways to stretch the floor. We already mentioned that Stanford is not a team that is heavily relying on their three-point shooting in this season. But when you are open, especially if you are Courtney Ogden, you have got to let it fly.
Dominique Darius has the JMA Dome crowd in her hands, in the palm of her hands right now. Every time she goes to the cup, you hear a collective, everybody's waiting for a great play from her. $18 points today to lead all scorers, well above her average.
And her effort has been way beyond her average in the last 2 games.
Also the daughter of a Syracuse football great, Donovan Darius. Well, gymnastics season is well underway, and this is our first ACC network meet. You don't want to miss it. So this afternoon, number 13 Stanford squares off against number 11 North Carolina at Carmichael Arena in Chapel Hill. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, also available on the ESPN app.
I thought I was going to have a future in gymnastics until I went through a minor growth spurt, and then they said, yeah, you know what? It's probably isn't your space.
Were you being Matt?
I wanted to do that, but I'll tell you what, it didn't have legs. I'm sorry.
Are you sure? You definitely had a vertical when you played.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What it was, I'm not sure, but I got a lot of rebounds.
Okay, another strong rebound. That is a foul on Haley Swain. Don't cut yourself short here. Don't sell yourself short, rather, Angel Gray. You probably do a full on the court here.
You know what? Because it was so long ago, it hurts my knees already to even think about it. But those were the glory days.
Hawkins, another careless turnover. No, actually, she's been very careful with the ball today. Uncharacteristic of her play today. And Stanford trying to take advantage down 12. Eschmeyer swarmed. That'll go Syracuse's way.
One, two, got a hand in it. I do believe it went off the leg. That's why they are saying it's Syracuse ball, but I mean, everything just looks tough, and I don't know how to describe it outside of what Coach Jack mentioned of it being a place you don't want to go.
Thompson, nice move underneath. Can't get the finish though.
And what I love about it too is that for Journey Thompson, who's not relied on the scoring in this ball game, the entire bench got on their feet.
That was smooth from outside. Chloe Clardy, the 6th starter for this Stanford group. A well-earned and much-needed triple with just over 5 to go here in the 4th quarter.
They need a lot more of that. Chloe Clardy, just 2 for 8 from the field, knocks down their 4th 3 of the ball game. If they can get a couple of more possessions like that, they can definitely change the flow and the momentum of this game.
As a player, when you saw your teammates or when you knocked one down, what does that do collectively for the group? Especially at a juncture like this in the game.
I mean,
you need those things.
it's just about momentum, especially if you're in the game after not shooting well from outside. If anyone hits one.
Clardy, once again, this time, Burrows nearly gets the board. Ooh, crashes into the press table. Fighting for that with Shimfai. That'll stay with Syracuse. It pays off. Maybe broke a few pixels.
Both of them are going after the ball. I like to see this. Oh yeah, just a clear bump. Ooh, right at I don't know if Kate Pay saw that angle, but unfortunately that is going to be another foul for Shimfai.
So 3 fouls now for Shimfai. We'll take a quick break here on ACC Network. Welcome back to the JMA Wireless Dome. Angel Gray, Joey Lindstrom with you. Now for both these teams, win would be pivotal. Last year, Syracuse only had 6 wins in ACC play. They could get their 6th in conference today. Stanford, 16 wins on the button a season ago. They could get their 16th here today as Darius drives and gets fouled. So it would be huge on the road. They've improved their road standing in their 2nd year in the ACC too, Angel.
Yeah, 4-1 right now this year. They were 2-9 last year, and we mentioned earlier in the broadcast just the different things. They are not acclimated with what this travel is going to be like in the ACC. Long road trips where they were leaving 2 days before the game. Now it's just a game ahead, finding different ways and resources to make sure that they are ready, their bodies are prepared. But you have to mention too, again, K-Pay understands what it takes to win, and it's also nice when you can bring in a freshman class that is all about winning. All of McDonald's All-Americans all the way down the roster, but also too a team that is very high IQ and really sacrifices a lot for the overall success for this team.
Darius remains perfect at the free throw line. 8 for 8.
I like the pressure we're seeing from Shai Hawkins at the top of the key. They kind of confuse you. What are they in? They make you think and hold a bit. It looks like a 1-2-2 at this point.
From 5, playing with 4 fouls. Misses that one at the rack.
Did you see the way that Uche associates? Did she graze the rim?
She might have.
For the tap out?
I wouldn't put it past her in a year or two, maybe even now. Just throw down a slam. Thompson gets fouled on her jump shot, this time by Mary Ashley Stevenson. Mentioned her as the lone transfer to this group that came 2 seasons ago. For Big Ten Freshman of the Year at Purdue.
You talked big picture about just the teams and what's at stake for today, but overall, even what's at stake for impressing the committee. For a conference right now where Charlie Cream is projecting 8 teams get into the NCAA tournament. ACC has the most teams on the bubble at this point, but Stanford receiving votes for top 25. Only 2 teams ranked in the ACC in the top 25. Every single win, especially if you can get a huge win on the road, is important for Stanford, but for Syracuse to continue to apply the pressure and show the rest of the league. Put the rest of the league on notice. Not a lot of people talked about what the Orange could do this year. Preseason pick to finish 13th.
Drives them and resolute in that, according to Coach Jack. Jiwoye throws that one away. It's Burrows in transition. And she knocks it down. And that is now the 4th player in double digits. The 9th game for Syracuse with 4 players in double figures. Cloudy can't get it to go. Jiwoye Stein for that rebound. Shumpai underneath to Aguero. Got her shot affected. Izoje in transition, and Darius has slowed everybody down.
The biggest lead of this ball game. Syracuse right now in a 6-0 run. They come at you in waves, and I cannot mention this enough. I am most impressed with their ability to say who steps up. Everybody has confidence on this roster from top to bottom. In the absence of Alayla Filia, can still put up numbers.
Zoje got her own rebound on that effort. You mentioned Layla Filia out. She is a big reason why Syracuse has had success this season. And on the other end, Courtney Ogden, also a big reason why Stanford has been so good. She needs to rise to power here in the 4th quarter, though. With 3 minutes to go, they need her to make these big shots. And she's made 2 threes here in this quarter.
Yeah, it's much needed, especially from outside, but it doesn't help too. That was a careless pass for Syracuse on the trying to get it in on the inbound. but stopping the clock right now for Syracuse, who's now in the bonus, they can really stall in a lot of different ways for the final 3 minutes.
Thompson knocks down the second. And if you're Syracuse, you head back home. Your next road game is actually at Cal. So thankful for this team not to have to travel so far for KP's group.
They don't have to travel so far, but their upcoming schedule is no joke. They are going to be at Cal. Then they play Louisville at home and Notre Dame to follow for the first game of February.
Shimpai, that's off. I believe that hit the rim, so there should have been a shot clock reset. Based on the way it bounced off.
I think the conversation too, Joey, right now with the officials and a couple of the players was, hey, it hit the rim. So I'm not sure if we know if that is going to be called or not. They do say they reset it at 16.
Yeah, from where? Yeah.
Yep.
Just a kiss off the rim.
This is a really big possession for Stanford.
Clardy, the floater. Much needed. 11-point game now.
I know it doesn't feel like it, but these are the type of plays, just like that. You can go in under double digits, being down as many as 15, and the full court pressure coming.
Ijiwoye was there, but the rest of the Stanford defense was prowling on that ball.
Second personal.
We saw Syracuse practice that inbound play to break a press and shoot around. And Coach Jack, an emphasis on, hey, their hands are gonna be everywhere in that situation. Darius remains perfect from the strike.
Another 20-point performance for Dominique Darius, who has been a nightmare for opposing defenses.
They get a whole week off to revamp before they play North Carolina. Hopefully get Layla Filia healthy by then. Shafaida Oju to Ijiwoye. Outside. Guerra, no. Stolen away by Thompson. In transition. Darius gonna have everybody stop, and here's Burroughs. Pound for pound throughout this entire game has been a really impressive showing from this Syracuse group.
You mentioned the time that they're going to be able to get off before their next matchup, before they play UNC. But the good news is people are wondering how Layla Filia is doing. She wanted to play. We saw her go through a good portion of shoot around as well, so hoping to see her in that next game.
He described the Syracuse offense sometimes as high risk, high reward. Do you feel like it paid off today for them?
I can say yes, sometimes high risk, high reward, but they were just quicker, faster, sense of urgency, on a different stratosphere. And it started on the defensive end. You weren't too sure how they were going to find different people to get involved. 4 players finished in double figures with time still remaining on the clock.
And now Uche has her 8th double-double of her freshman season. Aguera, no. And Uche deflecting that one and ends up in the hands of Clardy. Just over a minute to go. Gotta have it if you're Stanford. Ijiwoye is off as well. And everybody's scrapping on the floor. Hawkins is down there with Clardy. There's a timeout here for Kate Pay. Rounding out our finish here, Syracuse up by 12.
whatever happens, you're going to see something special.
The Australian Open continues through February 1st on ESPN and the ESPN.
Here at home, they've been really impressive inside the dome, 11-2 to their credit. Score holds, they get their first win against Stanford in their short matchup history. 0-2 against the Cardinal, and Aguero will go to the line.
We mentioned it, Syracuse trending at the right time in the season. Only lost one game in December. That was to Duke. Would they win here could advance to 5-1 in January. It's building the reps with a lot of new faces on the roster, creating the culture, setting the standard of what it feels like to win. And when you can say you're the first female in Syracuse history to have your jersey retired, it's because you've done a lot of winning. So you got to credit Coach Jack for being able to lead this group so far this season.
Well, it's been to your point, you get competitive this time of year, especially because, well, I ask you, you want to be able to be peaking by the time you would reach tournament play, right? Especially ACC tournament play. Is this the time that you want to start that, or would you prefer to have your hot streak go into February? It does not even matter where the wins come from.
Like, why wouldn't you want to play your best basketball every single night? Of course, because not just looking at the NCAA tournament, even your positioning in the ACC tournament. You want that bye. You want to find a way to watch everybody else and not play on the first couple of days. So I think for Syracuse, for Stanford, they're positioning themselves to be better in the seeding for the tournament, yes, but they are also showing how they can be different, how they are better this year.
Sophie Burrows, Ijiwoye takes her down. That's going to be a jump with the possession arrow favoring the Cardinal.
I know.
Still 10-point game now.
Yeah, the fans aren't too thrilled about the call going the other way. And it wasn't a pretty fall from Sophie Burrows. But if you look on the other side, that was a clean strip and a clean tie-up, by Shea.
Clardy, no, Guerra, another offensive rebound for Stanford. She converts in the second chance.
Full swarm.
And Darius will go to the line.
Oh, they called a foul on the baseline. They were close to getting a steal there. I would not have had a bailout opportunity. There was nowhere for Darius to go. .7 is a lot of time. And if they were able to get a stop there and a score, it would have been just a 2-possession game.
Darius bringing it back to 10. Last final heaves here from Stanford. Aguera, no, underneath, another rebound for Clardy. Shamfai had it for a second, and Burrows nabbed it. Man, she's a tough player.
Yeah, of course.
She's been thrown into a video table, dropped on the floor. Be dramatic, of course, but really tough from the Australian.
I feel like every Australian I know is just built different. It's like basketball is their second sport.
Yeah. They have a certain wanderlust attitude, just kind of go with the flow players. And it's fun to be around. She seems to be a light for this team.
It's cool talking with the staff for Syracuse just down the line. They say they just enjoy being around each other. The commitment to being intentional about how they spend time with one another. And it carries over on the floor.
Clardy loses it. Nearly a pass there for Ijiwoye, and the Guerra can't handle Syracuse will lock up its 6th win in ACC play and number 16 on the year. And they did it in style without Layla Filia today. Everybody else had to step up. Dominic Darius, a new season high of 26. They get it done against a very tough Cardinal team. They rise to the occasion today, Angel.
Defense was the determining factor for Syracuse. They set the tone immediately on how tough it was going to be for them, for Stanford to score. So yes, Syracuse did not score the last 4 minutes of field goal of this ball game, but it didn't matter because they prevented Stanford from getting comfortable. Everything was hard for them, and Syracuse walks away with yet another win at home.
Their 16th win and 6th in conference play. Very impressive showing for our producer, Chris Hennessy, for Angel Gray and our entire ACC Network crew. I'm Joey Lindstrom. Saying so long. We send you to the studio. Ari Chambers, Coach Field, and Angela Taylor.